And we're live. Welcome to I try to put on my glasses. All right. Welcome to Sporking News Podcast. My name is Scott, and these are foggy as hell. Holy crap. I'm actually going to the eye doctor tomorrow. If you can't tell, these are my COVID glasses. They broke here and here and here. So I've been gluing them together for like a month and a half till I got an appointment. So yay for me. You're going to be able to see with some new glasses on so I can actually see the screen. Hi, Jayne. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are you?
I am jacked up for this. I'm like excited. Yeah, like last week I wasn't feeling too hot. I was tired. I feel like I wasn't giving enough to Arianne 1. So I'm really excited to finish Arianne 1 off and then jump into Barristan. And we'll see if we can finish Barristan. If not, we'll move on. We'll do the same thing next week until we catch up. But cool. I'm glad we're here. So you got anything going? What's up?
My. No.
I thought you might wanted to say something. No,
not yet.
Okay. Let's see who we have in the chat. We got 8 people kicking it right now. Let's remember, hit that like button, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. If you can also, after this, if you haven't been to Culture Casino's stream yet, our good friend went from like 200 something subs. He's over 700 today in like 4 days, which is insane. Again, thanks to Gary, thanks to really the guys, all those guys over at Friday Night Tights, not forgetting where they came from. They always said they can help us get to a certain level, but then it's on us. And, you know, I think I'm killing it with good content. I don't know about Culture, though. I can't speak for him, you know? I don't know, but make sure you guys say congratulations to the great Culture Casino. So let's say hello to Tina. Hello, hey, Tina, one of our devoted ones. Let's see. We have Bear Nerd Fun stopped in to say, oh, he's working on is it for my show or just a song? Because Bear has been working on trippy ass music. Like, wow. Oh yeah. Bear's like a deadhead. He doesn't call himself a deadhead, but he is a deadhead. I mean, he toured with the Dead for like years.
No, seriously?
Oh God. Yeah. Like not like with the family that goes with them. Like, how do you like the Grateful Dead used to have like a caravan of fans that just followed them everywhere.
Pretty cool.
I actually was, when I had hair, back like 1995, I planned on that summer 96 to do it. I just came off seeing a couple shows and I'm like, after 1 year of college, I'm going to follow the Dead for a summer, and Jerry died. So Bear is lucky. Bear has done it all. So he has been, if you haven't really checked out his music, it's out there, but I like it because it's out there, you know, and Bear like does everything himself, background voices, background singing, instruments, everything is done through his PC by himself. So if it really is cool. If there is a mod in the chat, please put Bear's link in there, please. And we got Brutal Morning Wood hailing, Cactus Jack Finger Guns. Cactus Jack Finger Guns. Do you get that?
Cactus, I don't get it. Jack Finger Guns? No.
Is it dirty? I'm guessing it's dirty. No idea. Dirty. We'll go with dirty. I love Hey, he can say whatever. I love him. And we got Smooth Jam California. And he says Barristan the Bold, Barristan the Gold. Right. Who doesn't love Barristan? And we will be getting into him shortly.
Freaking epic.
Right. What was your favorite part of any of the Barristan stuff in the books that have been released? I know that I'm putting you on the spot, but
yeah, you're putting me on the spot. It's more just who he is and his attitude. Like, the dude is a boss and knows it.
Yeah.
And I love that about him.
Now, do you get like him, like he's somewhere like a Ned Stark with the honor, but not as stupid as Ned Stark?
Yeah.
Like
kind of, yeah.
They're both military guys.
Incredibly skilled.
Yeah. We're going to see Selmy's getting prepared for a military battle. I mean,
right.
With green boys, old men, like he's doing it hardcore.
I would actually probably compare him more to Brandon, but just not as wild.
For military.
Like a more civilized version.
Yeah. Or like somewhere in between with like, he even has like Tywin in him. Like just.
Yeah, that
that just knowing what's going on.
Yeah.
Right. He seems to understand. Like, I love how he, well, we'll get there. I'll bring this back up when we get
He's
there.
a great guy.
Bone. He's a great guy. Bone. What up, brother? And then we got Palanuki. You might know him as Deviant Porg. Hey, my French friend. What is going on? Oh, Bear is telling us some messages. So Bear is, I used existing instrumentals. Oh, okay. Yeah, he layers stuff. I know that much. And wow, that thing jumped way on me. Sorry, guys. Another monster. I don't know if this is your first one. Relax. I'm here. Scott was ignoring me on Culture Casino stream. Dude, look, I would have loved to stay on and banter with Drunk 3PO, who's, I think, threatened by my skills. I really do. Even though he has hair and he's better looking than me, he understands that I am the YouTuber. But with that many people, my computer can't handle it because I don't have the funds and I have children. So with that, don't forget that you can, give a little cash to the old priester over here. Yeah, that's my last name. I'm throwing it out there because I'm going to dox myself anyways with this. So you could support the channel by donating to my PayPal, and feel free to, as little as you want, as much as you want. All of the funds will go to better equipment like headphones. Next will be a computer, and I'm looking at the Helos 300, nothing brand new, but something that can handle streaming and actually not choke out when I have 6 people on. Damn thing. Who else do we got? I swear I saw, there he is. The great Steven Seagal beats Ryan Johnson. One of the best names ever. When he had hair, it was in a spray can. I'm gonna have to post some pictures of me with long hair. I had long hair.
You weren't long?
Oh yeah. I went through like a hippie phase, like a deadhead phase. So I had hair like down to here, and I had very curly, like I'm like half Sicilian, so my hair was very like very curly, like not like spongy curly, but like curly. I don't know how to explain it. Girls loved my hair. I don't know why. It was dirty
because it was curly.
Yeah, I guess so. My PC is too slow. You beat me for the link. Oh, okay. Well, you could join me in the slow PC thing. Time Profit, can someone tell me what doxing means? I don't know what it means. Yeah, it means when an asshole decides that they're going to be a bitch and take your personal information and put it out there in the internet because, someone hurt my feelings, and pretty much try to ruin your life. So people are scared of, what would you say, different opinions, Jayne? And and that's their fallback, to try to ruin somebody's life. That, a guy who has a family, kids, a mortgage, they don't care.
Right.
So I've been preparing for that.
They try to out you.
They do. And guess what? I've been preparing for that since day one. Try to out me. What are you going to do? I mean, and like my job is, I'm not even going to go there, but try it. I will find you. So yeah, Time Profit. That's what that means. Michael Jolin. Hey brother. How you doing? At Spork 3P. That kind of works, doesn't it? Maybe we can have a show together if he's, if I'm willing to. We should. He's the type of guy who's like, I love you, Scott. I'll invite you on. I'll get you some, schedule when I can have you on. 3 months later. 3 months later. Yeah, he loves me. All right. I love Drunk. I'm just joking. I'm not joking. I fucking hate him. And that's, I'll be a silent sister. I like that. There you go.
That's funny.
Donations go towards new cans of Rogaine and asparagus. That asparagus line is still my favorite from Saturday night. And I like to apologize to everybody for Saturday night. I had like heat exhaustion, and I thought I almost fell asleep during the middle of that. I thought I was going to throw up. So thank God for
so glad you didn't die on air.
I thought I was going to. Like, I was like, oh, I don't really feel very well.
Because I know we talked a little bit backstage after the live stream. I was like, are you okay? Because you just looked...
I was hurting.
It's just like there was nothing in, I know you're pasty white like me in the face.
I am.
It's just like, you just looked like drained. So,
well, you know what it was? And I was telling Jayne backstairs, or backstairs.
Backstairs,
Backstage. Yeah. I took it upon myself, thinking I could do this, to rent a mixer, a concrete mixer, to make a 15 by 10 patio that is 6 inches deep up a hill where I would have to wheelbarrow everything up. And I thought, like 16 bags of concrete and a ton of rock and 2 tons of sand. I could do that easily.
Damn.
Yeah. Not in the direct sunlight and not in 85-degree weather and 90-degree humidity. So I'm even shocked I remember I really don't remember much of that stream. I just know that you guys picked up the slack and I love you all for it. So thank you. And this chat really was, I reread like the chat on the live stream and it was hilarious. Those guys rock.
I liked listening to the live stream, but my favorite bit was about the last 30 minutes or so, last 20 minutes, especially
breadstick.
Yeah, the breadstick. Yeah. I mean,
I've come to realize our Saturday night is just going to be freeform. Just going to be, I'm going to throw out a couple topics. And if we don't discuss them, we don't discuss them, because when we just start going random, it's freaking gold. So for now on, that's what we're going to do. So make sure you guys catch our Saturday night. The ladies are part of, there it is. Hold on. Let's get that up there. Breadstick Steven.
I cannot believe he actually went on air and did this.
Yes. And then he wonders why we can't stop showing pictures like this.
I got this good one right here though. I mean that's
hot.
He's so hot. He's so photogenic.
I know he's away for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And in those 2 weeks, everybody, I would love it if we can just destroy him with this stuff. Like just everywhere. So when he comes back, he's just like, what the fudge, Well,
I mean, then on the live stream, yesterday on Lorena's live stream, I was late to that because I had to go to work for a few hours and then I fell asleep. But she was like me and didn't see the video with him taking off the shirt and with talking to Thomas. And so again, I had to mute myself. I mean, I don't care. I don't care if something is from a year from now. I can think about it and I will laugh my ass off, whether other people do or not.
I know, if it's funny, it's funny.
And then when Culture is the one who played it, and he wanted it to. She put him on full screen. I said, no. I want to see your reaction.
Cuddles Casino.
Yep, hashtag Cuddle Casino.
If you guys aren't watching Lorena Creole's Sunday night Florida Man stream, you're missing out. It is so funny. I fell asleep to it last night, like laughing. It was great. You guys are. Well, I was also feeling like shit, so I fell asleep. But it was awesome.
Oh yeah, I mean, I get it. It's just it is what it is. I know she's not gonna have it for 2 weeks because she's gonna be out of town. So on to what have y'all talked about so far? With
Nothing.
Barristan? Oh, okay.
Nothing.
Oh, so, never mind.
Yeah, no, we're gonna jump into, and I want to say hello to Toxic Man Flu. We have an echo again, and Toxic Man Flu is saying Cuddles Casino. Okay, who's echoing?
Is it me?
Not me.
All right, Christy, you go first.
I think it's Christy.
Christy, it's you, Christy.
Why am I echoing? I don't understand.
You guys don't echo. It's me. Oh no, now I don't hear it. Okay, we're good. Oh no, we're echoing again.
I don't get it.
We're professionals, people. Professionals. All right, I don't hear it now. Okay, great. So make sure you guys hit like and subscribe and comment because YouTube won't ever share this. So thank you. All right. So we're going to start with Grits Echo. That's great.
Grits Echo.
Yeah, like kiss my grits. I remember doing something like that on Saturday. Or something. I can't even remember how I did it. So let's get into it. I just wanted to give people time, and we already lost a couple people. So okay, great stream, Scott. I want to go over what we're going to finish up Arianne. So if you love hearing Jayne's voice, she's going to finish that off, and then we'll go on to Barristan, where I'll read. Barristan, we'll get through as much as we can by like 9 o'clock. So we got an hour and a half to jam all this in. Kind of what did we go through last week, Jayne?
Okay, so last week, Arianne Martell was traveling to Ghost Hill with her companions, her new sworn sword, Damon Sand, her bastard cousin, Elia Sand, Jane Ladybright, Sir Joss Hood, Sir Gerald Shells, Nate, Aloria Sand has gone to Sunspear, and Doria Sand is in the Water Gardens.
Mm-hmm.
Obella Sand is sent to Sunspear to be a cupbearer. And pretty much all of the sand snakes are scattered
All the
because
young
they're not
ones,
sure.
too.
Right.
Yeah.
The little ones too. In anticipation of what may come next.
Right.
Um
Now, with what you just went over.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and Arianne is going to meet Aegon. That's her mission.
That's her mission. And she finds out a lot of information at Ghost Hill, right? What did she find out there? She found out like things about rumors, correct?
Right. There are all sorts of rumors about, well, first of all, Dorne is being attacked by the Golden Company. So you have little cities along the coast.
Up near Storm's End, correct?
Oh, it's near Storm's. Okay. Yeah, up in that area.
The Stormlands. You know what? Let me find a map. You guys keep talking.
So, yeah, the Golden Company is on a rampage. They're destroying various cities, and they were waiting for news of Quentin, who has been sent to meet with Daenerys for purposes of marriage. So they're expecting him to come back any day now with his dragon queen and a dragon. This is Doran's brilliant plan. That hasn't happened yet, though, and so they're concerned about where he is and what's happening, what's taking so long. And let's see. There are questions about whether Aegon is, in fact, Aegon, her brother. The rumor, of course, or the story, of course, was that he was killed along with his mother when the Lannisters sacked the city. So we don't know whether this is Aegon or whether it isn't, but she is going to meet him at the direction of her father to see. So that's kind of, they're in their journey, and they're in the middle of their journey at this point.
Okay. So let's just run through that real quick. Her companions.
Mm-hmm.
First, her sworn sword is a guy she like slept with and isn't either really doesn't like her or is really mad at her at the moment. Like seems jealous anytime she talks about another, like Aegon. When she talks about Aegon, he seems very jealous.
Yeah.
The problem is that he's your sworn sword. And what happens when you actually are flirting with Aegon or even talking, like get to him, like that could be dangerous. And I just wonder, what did Doran have anything to do with the people that are with her? I can't remember that.
Choosing?
Did she choose or I can't remember.
Oh no, he did. Her father chose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, and that was one of her questions, was why did he choose Daemon?
Exactly.
But, I think it was because he does love her. And, he can be assured that his daughter will be protected because the man who loves her is also there to protect her.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
but he is quite jealous.
Sharon Kelly, I don't know if I have seen you in the chat, but I like to see what you're putting. Howard Stern started going random in the 80s. Going random is when cool topics crop up. Check out when he went long, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. is normal. On September 11, 2001, YouTube still has it up. I will, because going random is the way to do it. And I am not very good at scripted stuff anyways. So thank you for being here. I appreciate. Please hit like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. So we got this ragtag crew. We got one of the sand snakes who's she's like 14. She's a little frisky, we'll say. She's a little, what would you call her?
She's wild. I mean, she's wild. She's a sand snake. And she may be on her own mission. It's interesting that she was put in this caravan. So we don't know what she's up to exactly.
Right. Now we talked about this last week. We talked about, book to show difference. The Paramore the mother of the Sand Snakes. In the
Alaria.
show, Alaria seems in the show like she's power hungry. She kills Doran. I mean, ridiculous. But in the books, in the books, she seems like anti-war. She makes statements about it, like, you know, what will happen when my kids kill, you know, theirs, and then they get killed? Will my youngest have to avenge them? Is she still plotting something?
Absolutely.
I think so too.
Absolutely. But she's more subtle. And that's the thing I took issue with in the show. It's like it had no subtlety. These people are playing the Game of Thrones and they're playing it in a sophisticated way. But everything in the show is just so overt that it makes everyone look stupid.
Right. I think that, you know what, that's the perfect, it's so like in your face. Like there was no hiding it. But in the books, it's very subtle. Like George makes it seem like she's so anti-war, but she's putting all her young kids in places where they're almost little birds. Like they can spy on all these large houses. And don't forget, the cupbearers, they start to get loved by these lords. You know, they treat them usually trusted. They become trusted, or they almost become like shadows. Like you don't even realize they're there.
Right.
So let's not forget what happened at the end of A Dance with Dragons. You know, children are vicious too. So,
you know, now that you mentioned that, the scene that they included with Arya and Tywin in the show is a great example of that. She learned a lot about politics, a lot about Tywin, and a lot about his logic and his thinking.
Right.
So I can definitely see Alaria's kids doing something similar.
I'm sorry, dear MySpace, I'm so upset and fat.
Steven Seagal is crazy.
He is awesome. Yeah, that is true. And then now we're at this Ghost Hill, where the sigil is the dragon eating its own tail.
Right.
And the history of that is kind of like the dragons invaded Dorne, and what Dorne would do is guerrilla warfare. They would attack, they would pull back, the dragons would destroy all their major cities, and they would just come back and redo that process. It wasn't until Dorne was the only kingdom not conquered by the Targaryens. They were married into by the Targaryens. So will this Ghost Hill have something to do? Like, why show us that sigil in this family if they don't somehow affect it along the way?
It's always interesting to me that the Dornish have this, in general, sort of an open hostility toward Targaryens, or at least boast about getting over on them. And yet Doran is trying again to form this alliance with them.
Right.
Now, it's just weird.
It's almost like one of those stories where Dorne is trying so hard to get back in with the Targaryens and get back at the Lannisters. He's killing his whole family. I mean, you know, look what happened to his sister and her children. Now look at what happened to most likely Quentin. Now he's sending his daughter, you know, his actual heir. I almost feel like he's going to be left alone. And there's, you know, we both watched a video earlier today from Alt Shift X, who is amazing. And he brought up something that I've thought about, and a lot of people have talked about, is the beginning of meeting Doran Martell. And when he's sitting there watching these fruits over ripen and fall and splatter while he watches the kids, like, I'm still echoing, son of a bitch. It must be me. What was I saying? Oh, watching the kids play in the water gardens as the fruit drops and splats, meaning like you waited so long for your plan to ripen that it actually spoiled. And I think that's Doran's story.
It is, but it just seems like a bad plan to continually try to tie yourself in with these people. And I understand wanting revenge, but there has to be a better way than constantly entangling your family with the Targaryens.
Right.
It just doesn't seem wise given the history.
No, it doesn't at all, does it? The Targaryens seem to be like the kryptonite for Dorne when they actually accepted them. You know what I mean? Like when they accepted Dorne as one of theirs, it seems like instead of fighting them and surviving and growing, it kind of seems like they now are marrying into and dying. So
Right. It's
and
crazy.
Dorn won't stop until he gets this revenge, but the people he wants revenge on are dead.
Right.
So I don't know, but let's move on and read the rest of this and see what we got. Thank you, Jayne. Take it away.
Okay, so you want to get started on the rest of this chapter?
Yes.
Alrighty. As Ghost Hill slept that night, the princess donned a hooded cloak against the chill and walked the castle battlements to clear her thoughts. Damon Sand found her leaning on a parapet and gazing out to sea where the moon was dancing on the water. "Princess," he said, "you ought to be abed." "I could say the same of you." Arianne turned her gaze upon his face. A good face, she decided. The boy I knew has become a handsome man. His eyes were as blue as a desert sky. His hair the light brown of the sands they had just crossed. A close-cropped beard followed the thin of a strong jaw, but could not quite hide the dimples when he smiled. I always loved that smile. The Bastard of God's Grace was one of Dorne's finest swords as well, as might be expected from one who had been Prince Oberyn's squire and had received his knighthood from the Red Viper himself. Some said that he had been her uncle's lover too, though seldom to his face. Arianne did not know the truth of that. He had been her lover, though. At 14, she had given him her maidenhead. Damon had not been much older, so their coupling had been as clumsy as they were ardent. Still, it had been sweet. Arianne gave him her most seductive smile. "We might share a bed together." Sir Damon's face was stone. "Have you forgotten, Princess? I'm a bastard born." He took her hand in his. "If I'm unworthy of this hand, how can I be worthy of your cunt?" She snatched her hand away. "You deserve a slap for that." "My face is yours. Do what you will." "What I will, you will not, it seems. So be it. Talk with me instead. Could this truly be Prince Aegon?"
Who?
So
he's feisty.
He is. He is.
You know what I mean? Like, it sounds to me, why would you put someone that's that jealous? Like,
He
if
is a little bit bitter, maybe.
a little bit bitter, like, put it this way, like, he knows his station in life.
Yeah.
How can he not realize that there's no chance for them? I mean, he could love her all he wants.
Mhm.
There's no way a bastard, even in Dorne,
Right.
could be a legitimate like marriage. That he could be a paramour.
Yeah.
Couldn't be a marriage. Like, that
Not to
blows
a
my
princess.
mind. Not to the heir of Dorne.
And
You
yet
know,
he doesn't. He says he understands that, but he doesn't really. His feelings are hurt.
I truthfully think he's going to cause conflict with Aegon, and something is
Mhm.
going to happen between the two of them, where Arianne is going to have to make a choice, and it's not going to be what Damon Sand wants.
Yeah.
You never
I
know.
wonder if he ends up killing him.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know which one though. Well, Damon Sand, he's a great swordsman too. So can you imagine if that's how Aegon goes out? Or John Khan? And that's how the grayscale starts getting spread because people grab him to hold him, you know?
Yeah. Oh, this could go south.
Real
I
fast.
didn't think about that.
I mean, John Khan has the grayscale.
Mhm.
He's going to soon lose some mental faculties. So I don't know. Like, I feel like Doran, like, we don't know his true, like, even if we think we know what he's doing, we have no freaking clue what he's doing.
No, we don't, and neither does he. I mean, it's just every plan. Well, we haven't gotten to the rest of his plan, but it's just not working. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's true that he's just not rash enough, or that he's overly careful, that he keeps too many secrets, but he's not the political genius he thinks he is.
Right. Or again, he waited so long that all his plans are gone. He didn't contact Viserys soon enough. So Viserys knew that there would be an army waiting for him.
Mhm.
So Viserys freaked out and lost his ever-loving mind and ended up, committing pretty much suicide.
Yeah.
He
Had the
didn't get
plan been revealed, we
right.
wouldn't be here.
Didn't get to Dany soon enough.
Yeah.
And she actually says that if you were only a little sooner,
Yeah.
and even then she wouldn't have wanted to marry him, but she would have probably done it politically,
Absolutely. I mean, he would have had the army she wanted.
Right. Right. And now you have your oldest daughter. Like, it's almost like he got the letter from John Connington. And if this was any other time in the history of Dorne, he would have held back and been like, there's too many variables to this story.
Right.
But now he is feeling it slip away.
Mhm.
And he's jumping the gun by sending her. I really think so. Yeah. Yeah. I think he would have, if, let's say, Viserys was still alive, but Aegon, even though he probably knew Viserys was a douche,
Mhm.
and Aegon popped up and started winning victories, he would still hold off and wait. But because his plans have been falling apart, he's rushing his own, like he's putting everything in somebody else's hands when he's not used to that.
What I'm wondering is whether she makes it.
Right.
Or even if she does, I think she's going to die.
Or
because she's obsessed with this idea still of becoming the heir or being the heir of Dorne.
And not even that, not bowing down to her brother.
Right.
So it's not even the heir of Dorne as much anymore. She even said it in this part. She's like, will I have to bow down to my brother? He'll be the king and I will only be like, the heir of Dorne. Like, that's not even enough for her anymore.
Right.
And
in
she
her
doesn't.
Obsession, she wants it so bad, she's not going to get it.
Right. I think she's screwed. I really do. I think we're going to find out that she's making a huge mistake, and that she's going to rush to a decision when she thinks she's using her brain, and really she's not. She's going to either fall for him sexually, physically, and decide the fate of Dorne on that.
Yeah. And we've seen her history of bad decisions. So
yes, she has a lot
what
of
she's
them.
inclined to do.
Exactly. All right.
And it would be something else if all of the Dornish die.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine that shit? That would be nuts.
But what if that's what D&D were told? And they just got it wrong in how they told the story? But all the Dornish do in fact die?
I see what you're saying. Like, they didn't know how, so they just did their own thing.
Yeah.
Because I can see, look, I could see Dorne dying. I could see like the Martell line going patut. I just can't see a Paramore and her bastards taking over Dorne.
No.
I mean, you not including just the sandy Dornish. You have like the Red Mountain Rock Dornish, like the Danes, and like these people from Ghost Hill. Like, they're never gonna follow Sand Snakes.
No.
Never.
Ever.
So is Dorne bringing, even though his biggest fear is bringing death and pain to his people, will he be the reason death and pain is brought to his people from within? I don't know. That's something we'll have to discuss when we read Arianne too. But I think it's time to jump on our boy Barristan the Bold. Do you have anything else to say about Arianne?
We weren't done.
All right, good. Oh, I thought you were done reading.
No, that was just that part.
Oh shit! Let's go.
Okay. All right. Okay. So he said,
"Script doctor approved." Script doctor approved.
What I will, you will not. It seems. So be it. Talk with me instead. Could this truly be Prince Aegon? Gregor Clegane ripped Aegon out of Ilya's arms and smashed his head against a wall, Sir Damon said. If Lord Connington's prince has a crushed skull, I will believe that Aegon Targaryen has returned from the grave. Elsewise, no. This is some feigned boy, no more. A sellsword's ploy to win support. My father fears the same. If not, though, if this truly is John Connington, if the boy is Rhaegar's son, are you hoping that he is or that he's not? It would give great joy to my father if Ilya's son were still alive. He loved his sister well. It was you I asked about, not your father. So it was. I was 7 when Ilya died. They say I held her daughter Rhaenys once when I was too young to remember. Aegon will be a stranger to me, whether true or false. The princess paused. We looked for Rhaegar's sister, not his son. Her father had confided in Sir Daemon when he chose him as his daughter's shield. With him, at least, she could speak freely. I would sooner it were Quentyn who'd returned. Or so you say, said Daemon Sand. Good night, princess. He bowed to her and left her standing there. What did he mean by that? Arianne watched him walk away. What sort of sister would I be if I did not want my brother back? It was true she had resented Quentyn for all those years, that she had thought their father meant to name him as his heir in place of her, but that had turned out to be just a misunderstanding. She was the heir to Dorne. She had her father's word on that. Quentyn would have his dragon queen, Daenerys. In Sunspear hung a portrait of the Princess Daenerys, who had come to Dorne to marry one of Arianne's forebears. In her younger days, Arianne had spent hours gazing at it, back when she was just a pudgy, flat-chested girl on the cusp of maidenhood, who prayed every night for the gods to make her pretty. 100 years ago, Daenerys Targaryen came to Dorne to make a peace. Now another comes to make a war, and my brother will be her king and consort, King Quentyn. Why did that sound so silly? Almost as silly as Quentyn riding a dragon. Her brother was an earnest boy, well-behaved and dutiful, but dull and plain. So plain. The gods had given Arianne the beauty she had prayed for, but Quentyn must have prayed for something else. His head was overlarge and sort of square, his hair the color of dried mud, his shoulders slumped as well, and he was too thick about the middle. He looks too much like father. I love my brother, said Arianne, though only the moon could hear her. Though if truth be told, she scarcely knew him. Quentyn had been fostered by Lord Anders of House Ironwood, the Blood Royal, the son of Lord Ormond Ironwood and grandson of Lord Edgar. In his youth, her uncle Oberyn had fought a duel with Edgar, had given him a wound that mortified and killed him. Afterward, men called him the Red Viper and spoke of poison on his blade. The Ironwoods were an ancient house, proud and powerful. Before the coming of the Rhoynar, they had been kings over half of Dorne, with domains that dwarfed those of House Martell. Blood feud and rebellion would surely have followed Lord Edgar's death had not her father acted at once. The Red Viper went to Old Town, thence across to the Narrow Sea, to Lys, though none dare call it exile, and in due time Quentyn was given to Lord Anders to foster as a sign of trust. That helped to heal the breach between Sunspear and the Ironwoods, but it had opened new ones between Quentyn and the Sand Snakes, and Arianne had always been closer to her cousins than to her distant brother. We are still the same blood, though, she whispered. Of course I want my brother home. I do. The wind off the sea was raising goose prickles all up and down her arms. Arianne pulled her cloak about herself and went off to seek her bed. Their ship was called the Peregrine. They sailed upon the morning tide. The gods were good to them, the sea calm. Even with the good winds, the crossing took a day and a night. Jayne Ladybright grew greensick and spent most of the voyage spewing, which Ilya Sand seemed to find hilarious. Someone needs to spank that child, Joss Hood was heard to say, but Ilya was amongst those who heard him say it. I'm almost a woman grown, sir, she responded haughtily. I'll let you spank me, though, but first you'll need to tilt with me and knock me off my horse. We're on a ship, and without horses, Joss replied, and ladies do not joust, insisted Sir Garibald Shells, a far more serious and proper young man than his companion. I do. I'm Lady Lance. Arianne had heard enough. You may be a lance, but you are no lady. Go below and stay there till we reach land. Elsewise, the crossing was uneventful. At dusk, they spied a galley in the distance, her oars rising and falling against the evening stars, but she was moving away from them, and soon dwindled and was gone. Arianne played a game of Savas with Sir Daemon, and another with Garibald Shells, and somehow managed to lose to both. Sir Garibald was kind enough to say that she played a gallant game, but Daemon mocked her. You have other pieces besides the dragon, princess. Try moving them sometime. I like the dragon. She wanted to slap the smile off his face. Or kiss it, perhaps. The man was smug as he was calmly. Of all the knights of Dorne, why did my father choose this one to be my shield? He knows our history. It is just a game. Tell me of Prince Viserys. The Beggar King? Sir Damon seemed surprised. Everyone says Prince Rhaegar was beautiful. Was Viserys beautiful as well? I suppose. He was Targaryen. I never saw the man. The secret pact that Prince Doran had made all those years called for Arianne to be wed to Prince Viserys, not Quentyn to Daenerys. It had all come undone on the Dothraki Sea when he was murdered, crowned with a pot of molten gold. He was killed by Dothraki Khal, said Arianne, the Dragon Queen's own husband. So I've heard. What of it? Just, why did Daenerys let it happen? Viserys was her brother, all that remained of her own blood. The Dothraki are savage folk. Who can know why they kill? Perhaps Viserys wiped his ass with the wrong hand. Perhaps, thought Arianne, or perhaps Daenerys realized that once her brother was crowned and wed to me, she would be doomed to spend the rest of her life sleeping in a tent and smelling like a horse. She is the Mad King's daughter, the princess said. How do we know? We cannot know, Sir Damon said. We can only hope.
A lot going on there. What did you take from that?
She is so dumb. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's back up. So we learn a lot about sort of how and why the two of them are separated, her and Quentyn.
Right.
And that it was essentially the fault of Oberyn killing another lord of a powerful house.
Ironwoods, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so he ended up exiled, but not officially exiled.
Right. So then they had to give Quentyn to them to foster, pretty much foster the peace.
Right. But apparently this created a rift between him and the Sand Snakes, who she's closer to.
Right. She's always been closer to the Sand Snakes.
So it kind of makes you wonder, whose side are they on? Or will be on should Aegon become successful?
Right. And also, first I just want to say hi, Christy.
Better.
Yeah, you're better. You're good. Okay. I want to thank Time Prophet for trying to create a shield for our Game of Thrones night. I love it. Thank you, brother. And I also want to say thank you to Tina Bojan for supporting the channel with a $25 Super Scott to my PayPal account. I really so appreciate it. Thank you so much. And then I saw Final Death Star up in the chat. Doesn't seem like he's here anymore. Just said hi and left. I watch all his videos. But TT's here, so that makes up for it. Yes, thank you. You are the best. Thank you so much for helping. I really do appreciate anything anybody gives, even when, Christy sends $2 and just calls me a boomer. I love it.
Because you are one.
I am a boomer. I'm such a boomer.
Or when I say good, better internet.
Oh yeah. Look, it's talking.
I know, right?
I guess that's why we're not monetized yet.
I know.
So we get more with her and
her jealousy of Quentyn and her Damon's jealousy
of any other man, pretty much.
Two jealous people together.
Right. And I like how, look, that Sabbat game is definitely always a symbol of what's going on with that person's, game, pretty much their agenda. And she's always focused on the most powerful, piece, which is the dragon.
Right.
But not paying attention to the other pieces around her. And I think that's her biggest flaw. She has her one move And again, we see her looking at this beautiful picture of the first Daenerys Targaryen
Mhm.
when she wasn't, she was a little chubby prepubescent girl, but she's seeing the beauty and the sexuality of her, and that's all she knows how to use.
And it's just this obsession too with the Targaryens again.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems insane to me.
Like, no matter what, if she just falls for Aegon, she's going to believe Doran's counting on her to figure out if he's really Aegon or not.
Yeah, but she's going to believe it because she's going to want it to be.
None of us do, right, Christy?
I mean, I'm just seriously. I don't mean to be a party pooper or anything, but it's just he. I'm assuming Doran met his niece and nephew. Maybe did he? I don't know if they ever went to Doran to Elia ever took him or anything like that. But I mean, you think they would know being around?
Well, he was a baby, though.
Yeah, he was practically a newborn, huh?
Well,
Yeah.
then if maybe not that, then just looking at other Targaryens, if this kid is supposed to know a Targaryen.
That is hilarious.
Thanks for trying. I think Stevens definitely takes the D. Thanks, though, buddy. Go on, Christy.
Yeah, no, I'm using a microphone, so I'm not.
Yeah, I don't hear it anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
My fucking computer.
I hear it, but I think it's Jayne or me, one of us.
Is there really still an echo?
I don't hear an echo from either one of you.
I only hear it from me.
Okay.
So it's weird. All right.
It's weird.
I'm so professional, people. Thank you for subscribing. All right.
Damn it.
We got to snort, people. It's a good stream no matter what. We got to snort.
But I mean, he's relying on his daughter to know to see it's he's a Targaryen when she really doesn't know what a Targaryen looks like. I mean, she's heard the stories, and I mean, but
she's seen a picture. She held her. She's been told she held her niece once. She doesn't remember.
But Rhaenys didn't look Targaryen though. She looked like her mother.
The only thing she knows is, I'm guessing, that picture of the first Daenerys, who came to Dorne to marry a Martell. But that's only a picture.
I'm wondering though if that even matters. Like he knows his daughter, right?
Right.
And she doesn't even know why he's sending her on this mission. Maybe that's the point. Like, one of these people is going to marry a Targaryen.
Even if it's not a Targaryen.
Even if it's not a Targaryen.
Because don't forget, power lies where people believe it lies.
Exactly.
So if they believe it, if he's powerful enough and says, I'm a Targaryen, guess what? He's a Targaryen.
And he knows his daughter's dumb and she'll fall for him.
Exactly. I feel like Dorne, like, this is a fool's mission. Like, he already made his decision.
Right.
And he knows his daughter. He plays Sabat way better than she does. And I think he knows she's going to fall for this guy and say, what I forget what the code words are, but they're opposite. Like, peace means war and war means peace.
Dorne is for the North and Dorne being like polar opposites where they are. They really do have a lot of good qualities, like the same, like with the women, the Mormonts and stuff like that. But what I don't understand is she is his firstborn. Right. And shouldn't he be grooming her to just rule Dorne? Because he learned from his mother who ruled Dorne again.
Right.
So it's not like he was learning from his father. He's learning from his mother. And so it still is weird.
Yeah. I think she's plan B.
Yeah. I don't think
he actually cares. At this point.
I actually don't think he cares.
Yeah.
I think everyone's downplaying his revenge, his need for revenge. Look, Tywin's dead. The mountain is believed to be dead. So who is he? Why is he taking revenge on the kids? They had nothing to do with it. He's obsessed with avenging his sister, even though the people that did it are dead. So either he's obsessed with it or he just wants power.
I think he wants them back in their rightful place.
Where they were supposed to be.
Exactly. He's trying to recreate it.
He's supposed to have Dornish blood and his child's offspring to have, or his sister actually, but their lineage to go through the Targaryens.
Right.
Technically, there is Dornish blood.
I was just about to say that. And it's Martell blood, isn't it? It's Martell blood.
Martell and Dane. I mean,
Right.
if you, Dornish with them being from Dorne, but there is Martell blood. I mean,
Isn't there like pretty much all the 7 kingdoms in the Targaryen lineage?
Pretty much, I think, except for the north.
I don't think any Starks, yeah.
Well, not Starks, but I thought maybe Blackwood,
Lannister. Maybe not Lannister either. I'm not for sure.
I thought Blackwood, but that could just be Blood Raven.
No, it's Blackwood.
Well, that's Blood Raven, but I mean Targaryens. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Thank you, Mark Lazar. Mark Lazar.
Hi, Mark.
I said your name completely wrong, but hello, Mark. I love you. Thank you for being here. One of the first people, him, Christy, and Chris Persia were the first people to really start chatting me up in Nerdrotic's chat when I started to watch him, going on 2.5 years now. So thank you guys. I love that you guys are now watching our stuff, and actually Christy's on it with me.
I know, it's great.
It is pretty crazy, isn't it?
You know, it was so weird when I did this an hour and a half ago, a year and a half ago. It was the opposite of my friend who wanted to start and build her channel. Well, she really has met somebody, and they're getting so it's the complete opposite. I was like, well, what the hell? We can't just leave these people dry.
Right. Do it. Dark Side, I agree. Right. The Maesters and the Iron Bank and the Faceless Men, I think they're separate puppet masters. I don't think the Maesters and the Iron Bank are together, but I do think the Iron Bank, the Faceless Men, and maybe the Sea Lord of Bravos have something going on. And then the Maesters definitely had something to do with the downfall of the Targaryens. But we were going to talk about a leak too a little later, but we are still on this. So, well, I was going to talk about, there's been some leaks about the new season starting off with the Dance of Dragons, starting off with Blood and Cheese and the execution of, I think it's Aegon the Second's kid, one of his kids. But I'm forgetting that right now, and we're probably won't be able to fit it in. But I said it, so it's official in the title. Blood of Dragons, all that stuff. Good. Okay. I think you guys. I think we have a point here. I think she's believing her own hype right now that her father needs the whole standing up and showing her that Dorne needs you.
Yeah, and you questioned that. You questioned that. I was like, well, maybe. This is his moment to show strength, blah, blah, blah. Nope.
He's playing her with that. Yeah. He's playing on her need for his approval. And also not just approval, but the need of her validation that she's the important one.
Right.
And I think that was why he stood up out of his chair with the gout and everything and showed her, you are what Dorne needs right now.
This is so important.
Right. Because
most important mission of all.
Look how
no, we just want you to hook up with this guy.
Now go bang him.
But again, I mean, I know we're supposed to be thinking about this not in modern terms, but medieval terms, as far as how it's supposed to be portrayed. And you think she would be upset because she is supposed to be the leader of this country or this part of the kingdom, and not a lot of women are going to have that. Dorne is the exclusion. So it's just still, it bothers my mind, or it baffles me that she's so much an adult, but at the same time she's still sheltered. And that Steven Seagal, I followed you on Twitter.
She hates you. She unfriended you. She actually friended you on MySpace and unfriended you. I saw it.
I've never even had a MySpace.
Well, because you're not a boomer. And she's so fixated on her brother gaining more power than her.
I wonder if that's part of the reason why she wasn't trained now, so that she wouldn't be able to perceive what's happening in this moment.
Like if you did train her, like, and don't forget, he created what he wanted. He put the certain books in her cell that he wanted her to read just for this mission.
Right.
Like you got to understand the line of succession, dragons, and there was one other book and I'm forgetting what it was. But like he has been playing her since the beginning. Doran has set her with the companions. And I know there's more with the other companions too. I just haven't researched it enough, you know. But her brother not growing up with her is one of the reasons why they have this divide. He grew up, he loves, you know, he talks about the Ironwoods like their family, and Doran Martell is kind of like a guy,
right?
You know, he's doing his duty for them. It's crazy. When are you going to talk about how Gurm ripped off all his plot and world building from other authors in ancient mythologies? They all do that.
I was about to say, I know really? Everybody pretty much rips off from Tolkien, but that's the only one I really know, other than what people have theorized from like old history battles and yeah.
Right. But wasn't Toxic here for the episode on the Norse mythology?
Yes, I believe so. Look, George has said it in multiple interviews. He says if you steal from one author, it's plagiarism. If you steal from many authors, it's what did he call it? Shit. It's something else.
Are you serious though?
Wow. I totally forgot. Yeah. He says it because they all do it. You know, like fantasy. For one thing, he has taken fantasy to some place it hasn't been, with such an in-depth plot line about the politics. It's not about the fantasy. It's about the politics of these people, and fantasy is, you know, thrown in and is gradually growing each book. But you're right. I mean, they all look, Wheel of Time, everybody, like he definitely says he's been inspired by all the greats, you know, and by history. So you're right. But like, if I went to write a book, you know, look at Mark Twain with Huck Finn and, you know, and Tom Sawyer. He wrote those about that time in history in that place.
Right.
You know, anything else about their boat ride?
Well, we'll have to wait and see. I really want to be able to get more from when the book is released. I'm trying not to be such a negative Nancy like I was last year with it, but it's hard.
Yeah, it is. It's so hard. Terry Brooks is a big inspiration for him. He talks about Terry Brooks. That's actually a really good one, Toxic Man Flu. Terry Brooks is I haven't read any of Terry Brooks, but you're like the 9th person who's brought him up. And you're right, dude. Look, I'm not going to lie. A lot of the tropes, I feel like George has taken a lot of the tropes in fantasy and just put a little spin on them.
Yeah.
You know, like the all white, you know, Kingsguard, which really are all scumbags, except for the one that gets fired. You know, the good guys that are really most likely going to save the realm are the Black Brothers up at the wall, you know, like, so, and they're all crooks and thieves and this and that, you know, he has taken a lot of them. And I think he's done a good job, but teach their own, you know, and I'm just happy you support the channel because you're awesome. So, you guys have anything else to say on this? Or are we going to, a little bit more?
There was one thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we see too at the end there that Arianne is talking about Daenerys. And in her head, she wonders if Daenerys was essentially jealous. So we have
right.
that theme of
I
jealousy
totally
again.
because that's what she would be.
Yes. To the
I
point
knew
of
you were
being
going
reckless.
right. Wow. It's like she's already putting her own biases onto Dany. She doesn't even know.
Yeah.
Like everyone thinks Dany because think about it. If you heard those stories, like her husband pour a pot of molten gold over her brother's head, what would you think?
I would definitely think she was in on it.
Exactly. Yeah.
But she's made it all about her, though. It's like,
Right.
But I mean, but that's it. But then again, that goes back to like how information is gathered and how words can be wind and they can be twisted and stuff like that. Because even everybody has said Viserys was the Beggar King. He was just like his mad father and stuff like that. So, Daenerys, it's hard not to like Daenerys.
I'm with you on that.
But the show the book Daenerys is just so different from the show. So, but we shall see.
No, we shall.
So what were you gonna do next? Barristan?
Yep. Is there any more on that one? Or that was it?
I think that's it on that one.
Okay, so this is what he said. If you steal from one person, it's plagiarism. If you steal from 100 people, it's research. I do a lot of research. That's what George said. So, I mean, he admits to it. He admits to taking ideas from other people and turning it into his own. So, yeah. Wheel of Time, Sword of Truth, Witch War, Dark Sword Trilogy, Deathgate Cycle, some of my favorite books. I got to get back into the Wheel of Time. I tried it years ago, but I didn't. Don't you lie to me. Final Death Star, I'll lie to you every chance I get. I just missed Farmer Stig's whale blubber stream last week. Hey, Farmer Stig is doing family stuff. He will be back. I said Farmer Stig. Farmer Stig will be back next week, hopefully. All right, let's get into Barristan then. Let me just find where I left off. All right, I am going to do this. And here we go. Okay, so a note, there is no transcript for this chapter. It's only a summaries. So I believe this was one of the chapters that George actually read out loud and people pieced it together. And this is like the most bona fide copy that people say, yeah, that's what he said. So this isn't word for word, just so everybody knows.
Okay.
All right. The chapter begins with a gory description of the bodies of plague victims being thrown into the city by the trebuchets. Only the northern districts across the rivers are far enough away to avoid being hit. Barristan rides into the large market by the western gate wearing his new Queen's Guard armor and riding the silver horse that Drogo gave to Dany. He feels that this is presumptuous, but thinks that even while the Queen is missing, it is important to have some symbol of her around to improve morale. 3 of his lads ride with him. Oh, Jesus. Tumko Laracha and the Red Lamb in the marketplace, featuring landmarks
Scott, you're kind of crackling. I don't know if it's just me though.
No, I probably have my phone too close to the microphone. Is that better?
Yeah,
Crackle.
I'm so like paranoid because I'm like, is it just me? I don't want to say anything.
No,
but...
it's if I put my phone too close because I can't have 2 tabs up on my computer, of course. If I put it too close, it crackles. So thank you for letting me know that.
You're welcome. I do like Another Monsters. Like every time he reads, he goes robotic.
Isn't it crazy? It sucks. All right. In the market, yeah, we read that part. In the marketplace, featuring landmarks like the statue of Chainmaker and Spear of Skulls. At the hour of the wolf, the main forces that will participate in the attack gather. There are 5,000 unsullied Stormcrows, a ragged band of about 20 Dothraki, and the Pit Fighters. That doesn't sound right. 20 Dothraki? There must be way more than that. Oh, no. She only has her small cattle sword. That's right. The Shaved Pates Beast. The Shaved Pates Beasts are manning city walls in place of the Unsullied. They will serve as the city's last line of protection if Barristan attacks fails and Dany has not returned.
Yeah, Scott, it's getting worse.
Son of a bitch, we're not reading it. All right. I'm going to try with my computer because, just hold, please. Hey, Christy, do a dance or something. Son of a bitch.
What happened?
Scott, he was trying to read from it, and I guess he had his phone too close to the mic, and so he was sounding robotic.
I have it arm's length away, and I can't read it. All right.
But you sound fine just then.
Well, now I do.
How, is your computer old or something?
It's a Chromebook. It just sucks. Actually, it's not doing too bad right now. So
Okay.
I might actually share this page because I'm crazy like that.
Okay.
Let's just go for broke here, people.
Be a little crazy.
I'm getting nuts. All right. Oh, wow. This is actually someone broke it down into the reading, so it's not like a breakdown of it. I was going to say, I've seen better copies of this, so let's see how it sounds. All right. Can you guys even see that?
Yeah.
Okay, great. And I don't
There you
sound
go.
like all robotic? All right.
Nope.
Awesome.
I'm looking at the playback on the YouTube side. Can you enlarge it a little bit?
I just did. So hopefully
Okay.
they can see it better now.
Okay.
All right. Through the gloom of night, the dead men flew, raining down upon the city streets. The riper corpses would fall to pieces in the air and burst when they came smashing down onto the bricks, scattering worms and maggots and worse things. Others would bounce against the side of the pyramids and towers, leaving smears of blood and gore to mark the place where they struck. Huge as they were, the younkish trebuchets did not have the range to throw their grisly burden deep into the city. Most of the dead were landing just inside the walls or slamming off. What is that? Barbicans? Barbican? Yeah, sure. Parapets, and defensive towers. With the 6 sisters arranged in a rough crescent around Marine, every part of the city was being struck, save only the river district to the north. No trebuchet can throw across the width of the Shakatasam. That's how it sounds. A small mercy that, though Barristan saw me as he rode into the market square inside Marine Great Western Gate. When Daenerys had taken the city, they had broken through the same gate with a huge battering ram called Jasso's Cock, made from the mast of a ship. The great masters and their slave soldiers had met the attackers here, and the fighting had raged through the surrounding streets for hours. By the time the city finally fell, hundreds of dead and dying had littered the square. Now, once again, the market was a scene of carnage, though these dead came riding the pale mare. By day, Marine's brick streets showed 100 hues, but night turned them into patchworks of black and white and gray. Torchlight shimmered in the pools left by the recent. Am I freaking doing it?
Yeah.
Is it doing it?
Yeah. they said
Son of
it's
a
on
bitch.
a finder. Do you want me or Jane to read?
You know what? I'm going to find the summary of this chapter, and I'm just going to read that, and then we're going to freaking discuss. I am so angry right now. Thank you, Tina, for the 25 gift to this piece of shit needs to be replaced. Oh, man. That sucks. Sorry, guys. I really apologize. Let me just find a summary and we'll read that. When's winter?
I like how Bone keeps putting on the little robot emoji in the chat. And, no, and he's like, Scott can read binary code.
Oh man, that's so embarrassing. Okay, so
No.
you know what? Let's talk about something completely different because you know I'm done. I'm done. I can't stand this goddamn thing anymore. Okay, so
Yeah.
have you guys read the Barristan chapters?
I read this
No.
one.
You did read this
No.
one. Okay, good. Thanks for being up on it, Christy.
Get
I mean,
my
what
grip.
you just read. I mean, that's some interesting thing that's happened. A different tactic. They're throwing the
Right.
bodies over the wall,
right.
to spread sickness that's killing people.
Right, and it seems like the pale mare is dysentery.
Right. Yeah.
So what I don't understand, and I think actually the first time I heard this was Preston Jacobs said it. Like Barristan being like a warrior, being a general pretty much for decades now, knows what dysentery is caused from. They have to know it's in the water. Once the blood drains into the water system, it taints the water, and that's what's killing the people. Like, why doesn't he cut off water supplies? You know what I mean? Like, I don't. It's almost like he doesn't understand what the pale mare is, but yet he does. Does that make any sense?
That is an interesting point. It's a good question because he seems to simply be observing.
Right.
I don't know that he's taking any action. I mean, he did comment that they aren't throwing them very far, as if that's a good thing. But besides that, I mean, what are you doing about it, sir?
Son of a bitch.
And they can't be throwing that many bodies either. They can't just pick them up.
Right. Well, you know, and that's what I'm saying. That it seems like all the trebuchets are throwing these diseased corpses. Now, how many are there?
Yeah, like how many could there be?
Well, it seems like it's constant. But yeah, you're right. I mean, some are exploding in the air and pieces are flying everywhere. But he's saying they're just barely getting inside the wall. So,
right.
Do you have a crew? Why not make the slave masters clean it up? You know, like allow them to do it.
Are there waterways near the wall?
Well, I don't know if there's waterways near the wall, but it could be draining into the sewer system that may feed into some of the water, like into the river. Like, I just don't think he knew the pale mare was coming. He knows of dysentery. You know, why didn't he plan ahead for this? There must be some form of well water there that it won't affect because it will go into the river. And I think that's where he's pulling his water from. Am I robotic still?
No, you're
not.
not.
Oh, okay. I feel like I heard it.
Because now I'm thinking, what could he do about it? But I can't remember how the city is actually set up.
It's set up like, so you have walls to the east, to the north, to the west, and then on like either the north, they call it the northern side. So maybe it's the south as well. But one side is open to the river. Or it's not open to the river, but the river is right up against the wall. And then they couldn't be on the other side of the river to shoot, you know, like they couldn't shoot across it. You know what I mean? Like, so they don't have trebuchets over there. So the trebuchets are in like a crescent moon from the west, south, and east side of the city. And they're just firing constantly. It seems like these dead bodies. And I like how he dons the armor she gave him, like almost like a Kingsguard armor. And he's like, he's actually riding her mare to like remind them who is really in charge.
Right.
But yet he needs to take charge.
And it's also funny later on in there, it mentioned something about, I don't know if you read this part, about him doing that too, because the horse is used to the dragons.
Right.
Who are apparently running loose.
Right. No, that was so smart of him, actually. You know, like he wants to ride a horse where if the dragons do come in, other horses will buck and he'll be able to keep riding. I thought that was very interesting too. I'm going to try to keep reading. Let's see what happens because I really do think this is good. So hold one more second. And I'm not going to take myself off the thing. So we're going to really find out if I suck. All right, hold on one second.
It's already robotic.
Goddamn phone. Goddamn phone. All right.
It hurt.
Well, for any new subscribers, thanks for coming. I hope you don't unsub me for no reason. I mean, just turn off notifications, you know? Shit. So any other news you guys have talked about? Anything?
What was that, Christy?
Yeah, you broke up.
Rev Kev is in the chat.
Oh, I love Rev Kev. If none of you guys, you know, I'm a TikTok guy. Me and Rev Kev. Rev Kev has an awesome TikTok. So if you are into TikTok, look him up. He's so much, he's funny, but yet he also does some very spiritual church stuff that, sermon like readings, and it's really like inspirational. So please check him out because he rocks. Why didn't they run 200 bags of concrete up the hill at Scott's house to bury the dead bodies? I freaking could have, man. And it wasn't bags of concrete. It was wheelbarrows full. A shit ton of them. Hey, Rev Kev at Sporky News Podcast. I use an XLR mic into a Focusrite interface. USB suffers from latencies when your voice breaks up. I have no clue what you're saying, bro.
I go in language.
Yeah, I'm so slow. It is. I have a Audio Technique. I think it's a P48 condenser, or it's AT2020. That's why it's a freaking 2020 mic. It's a condenser mic, and it goes into a Kinix Q802 USB mixer. I should sound better, right? God damn it.
Well, that's why I really am not on camera as much anymore. Is my everything is USB. And so when I have both of them hooked up, I sound really echoey, and that really sucks because I was like, damn it, I bought a camera.
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh shit.
Sends it to China.
Yeah, what data do I have? Take it, China. All you're gonna hear is me talk shit about China.
They already own it.
They already
probably.
If they want my bank account, they can freaking take it. I only do TikTok to bug my 16-year-old daughter. Yeah, but you're awesome at it. So it's awesome.
Somebody say, but aren't you worried about people like stealing your identity and your social security? No, my credit's shit. You can try all you want.
Pretty much if they stole my identity, they'd give it back and just be like, exactly. I was about to do like,
they might improve it. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I might be like, thank you for helping my credit score. I'm sorry, everybody. This sucks. I will, next week, we'll go over a different chapter. Our Barristan, I'll print it out and I'll read it from paper because I won't be getting a new computer anytime soon because my phone broke. So I'm getting a new phone first. Not with the money everybody gave me, but the extra money I was going to put into the amount people have super scotted to me. So we're gonna just BS for a couple minutes. Anybody have a topic they want to talk about? Danny, anybody? When's the winter? When will it come out?
Have we talked much? What's in the title?
You
have House of Dragon League.
Yeah, the House of Dragon thing.
I do. I just can't probably bring it up right now. There has been leaks that the first. What?
Look at Toxic Man Flu. The next one.
The next one. This is actually fun, like watching Joe Biden try to complete a sentence. Look, Toxic Man Flu. If you don't have the bear in the grill, you'll never understand why the hair and the fence. I like to eat fish. You get what I'm saying? Shit.
What was it, Scott, that you did something? I think it was on Steven's live stream a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. I might actually have that. Let me find that. You guys keep BSing for a minute.
Oh, sure. I mean, I don't know. Jayne, I know you. It's like amazing impersonation.
What? That was so funny.
But I mean, when it comes to the House of the Dragon, you know how they said that they're looking for the two leads for
Yes.
Rhaenyra and Allison.
Right.
I was kind of surprised by that, actually.
Why?
I really thought that they would actually go more towards with the Aegon's conquest instead.
I figured that they would focus on these two, but what I'm thinking is there will be flashbacks that leading up to it will get a lot of the drama that occurred before.
Mm-hmm.
We have to get their relationship when they were friends, right? So it'll have to be pre-marriage, early post-marriage, then the jealousy and the conflict and these children being born, and then the war. But in between all of that, I think they will give us the conquest and other things that happened basically leading up to it. I'm also hoping we get to see the fall of Valyria, but
I mean, but that's the thing. I mean, it's hard not to say that there's not a source material when there's the World Book and even Fire and Blood to a certain extent. But
that's the one that this is supposed to be based on, I think.
And I really would like to see more of the beginning versus because with the dance, that's kind of was more towards the downfall.
Right.
That the start of the downfall more. So you would just think you would see I want to see Aegon. I'm going to see the three heads of the dragon. Damn it.
I'm hoping they show us, but I don't think it'll be the primary story. They're going to let this play out because I don't think it's going to be multiple seasons either. Then again, they may not know. The way they're describing it's only 10 episodes. So you're talking about initially a somewhat limited series that will grow. But then where do you go from there? If you do the Dance of the Dragons in season 1, what's left for House of the Dragon? It just doesn't make any sense. So
that's the reason why I thought that they would start from the beginning and have the flash, like you were saying, maybe have flashbacks of the Hodum of Valyria type stuff. That would be better. And kind of do it like a what's that anthology show on FX? Horror. No, it's not horror.
American Horror Story.
Maybe something like that. I mean, it's I don't know. I mean,
so you think that they're the sisters? You think that those are the sister wives rather than because we don't know who has been cast. That's just the assumption.
That's also true too. I mean, even though there were reports that it was for Rhaenyra and stepmommy.
Yeah. We don't know.
It could just be all diversion and actually could be for the both of them.
It could be. But I don't think so. I think they want to get straight to the drama.
But that is good drama though.
Where's the conflict?
Yeah, no.
I mean, the conflict, you have Aegon and them, you have like the house of the fall of House Durrandon, Oris Baratheon, you have Dorne. There's still
you have the Ironborn, Harrenhal, Harren the Black,
the first Field of Fire,
and don't forget you also have between the two sisters. So if you don't look, I thought what they were going to do is start off towards the end of Aegon's reign. And have flashbacks to when they first conquered Westeros, and show because the sisters had an issue, and then the one sister actually, dies. But it's more Rhaenyra. No, wait a minute, Rhaenys and what were his Visenya? Visenya died, and Rhaenys is the one that lived past Aegon, right?
Rhaenys died in Dorne, and Visenya is the one who lived. Her son is Maegor, and Amy is Rhaenys.
Right, but they always had he loved one more than the other, and there was like this internal conflict, and just to see, because everyone, I love how this story, Dany was this horrible killer because she brought fire and blood. Aegon lit people up.
Mhm.
They used their dragons the way dragons were supposed to be used. I want to
Right.
see that. I want to see that.
I just
You know
I
what
don't
else I want to see? I want to see this.
And it is a reminder, I've been here when it was glory hole days, and I've been here when it wasn't. And so, having said that, I want me some glory hole.
Oh my god.
I fucking hate you, Scott.
I killed Christy.
I was
I
just
killed
taking
her.
a drink of Dr. Pepper when you played that clip.
Oh, Abu Nas in the house. What is up, brother?
Yeah.
We have to have you on, man. You're in our chat. You can always jump on. Yeah,
Mhm.
I tonight is the worst night to jump on. I mean, because everything sucks tonight, but hey, we rock. We the three of us rock. So I just think starting with the dance, you're missing out on so much history. Maegor is one of my favorite characters. Like, Maegor gets a bad rap because he's just the terrible. But
it's
Maegor,
true.
it is true. But if it wasn't for Maegor, the Targaryens would have fell to the faith in the second reign of the Targaryens.
It's true.
I mean, the minute Aegon died, they came after them, and it
Well,
wasn't
that's a show all by itself.
Oh, I'm telling you, I almost hope they're doing like I really thought George said 300 years before the story today. We had Aegon Targaryen and his sister. Like, I thought that's what was supposed to be the beginning of this House of the Dragon. Like, who started the House of the Dragon if it wasn't Aegon Targaryen?
Mhm.
And I think people forget. I mean, especially I hate to say this, like woke kind of climate and stuff like that. And I love how they said that they were looking for 2 female strong leads. I mean,
Right.
To me, always go to the beginning. I mean,
Yeah.
you could see the difference. It says Rhaenys was more of a Sansa Stark type, believed in the songs and tourneys and stuff like that. And Visenya, you could be like a mixture of like the sand snakes and Arya wanting to be that warrior type and stuff like that. Have the different dynamics,
right?
And it's just, I don't know.
I think what they're trying to get to is the conflict within the house, though, like on a murderous level. For excitement.
Well, I mean but the Maegor line, that was crazy. Like, Maegor wrecked shop. Like, he came in and said, I am taking the throne from you. I am taking the throne. Like, you have to read the Maegor chapters to understand how vicious he was and what he went all for it. And he took on the faith in a battle 7-on-7. What I think, though, is I get the Dance with the Dragon. You're going to get so many dragons. And there were so many at that time.
But they had no money for wolves.
Yeah.
The 1 hour. So what, you get the hour of the wolves at the end of it? That's all you get.
It's crazy.
Like, how are you going to splice in the North at all in that first season?
You can't.
Unless you change history. Which I would be pissed. I don't know. I love the Dance with Dragons. I bought all the separate books that George had like multiple writers write in just to get the chapter he wrote, like the Queen and the Princess, the Rogue Prince. Like, I just bought the books just to read those chapters. I didn't read any other chapters, but yeah, I did. But Daemon, you have Daemon the Rogue Prince is a dope character, but why not hold that for like further stories? Like, you already got greenlit for a season. Like, you have HBO's backing.
Or they could do animated series too, because the lore series was really good.
You know what? I would not be opposed to maybe doing an animated, because honestly, I still watch those history and lores on YouTube.
They're awesome.
I love it. And I mean, it's just there's so much culmination with after Aegon the Conqueror dying, his Aenys comes to the throne, then dies, and Maegor comes, then his he has all those wives, and it's always weird because
yes, I knew he would come if I said it.
Well, you gave the invitation, brother. So why am I not going to at the very least pop in and join in this great conversation? I mean, Christy is knocking it out the park. Jayne Theory. I mean, y'all guys is on a roll.
Well, you know the history.
I'm not gonna be on long because, like I said, I'm just coming back from Virginia just this afternoon. I'm up here scrambling, trying to get stuff ready for the Dark Council tomorrow.
Oh, hell yeah. Is it on your channel or? Yeah,
it's on my channel. I'm
nice.
Also going to be celebrating the milestone age. Oh, God.
But you're only 39.
Yep, the big 50 is here tomorrow.
Which is crazy.
Wow, man. Wow, I didn't think you were that old. I thought we were closer in age. I'll be 45 in January.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you got a little ways to go.
Yep.
You got a little ways to go. I'll trade you
next month.
37.
Yep.
Christy will be 37 next month.
Oh, wow. I thought Christy was pretty much in her 30s, like early 30s, 31, 32. Wow.
I wish.
She's loving it. Here, I got to go off camera so my computer works better. So,
Yes,
Abu Nas, you know the lore, right, man? You know the lore. You're a big fan of the lore, right?
Yeah, I like I said, I'm a history buff. So when I actually really started getting into Game of Thrones, I said, so they have a history book or something, and a few of my friends was pointing me in the right direction of most of the stuff that I got from the fan made website. Yeah. So I went there. And yeah, man, I just engulf. I love history. I'm
same here, brother.
So I just soaked in everything that I could, from the North to the Lannisters to this one. But the Targaryens obviously is more colorful than everybody else.
Yes, sir.
What's your take on House of the Dragon?
Is that the new? Is that the HBO show that they're trying to push?
Yeah.
I agree with you, Christy. I agree with pretty much everybody here. They should just pretty much just do the history. If you're going to do the history, start from the beginning and go all the way up to Ares. At the very least, we could get a real Robert Baratheon or bring the guy that played Ned Stark in season.
And
then we can have
him, Lyanna, bring them all back. Yeah,
we can have Henry Cavill. We can have Henry Cavill play Robert Baratheon when he was young.
Oh, lordy. I think I got to bring the Cavill in there somehow, right?
I know, right?
That would be really cool after X amount of seasons when they call it a wrap. The last episode is the crowning of King Robert. Like series finale, the crowning of King Robert would be dope.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah. Did we lose Abu Nas?
Is everyone frozen?
I'm not frozen. Are you frozen?
Am I okay?
Yeah.
You're not frozen. Okay, so it's just him. All right. Woo, I got nervous there. I thought I was frozen. Abu Nas was on a roll too. Abu, I'm going to put you backstage and try to bring you back out. Hold on. Let's see if that works.
Jayne. I know you were trying to say something before, and then it kind of went off about what with the dance.
I have no idea. What part?
It's just maybe I forget, but I was just saying, because you could have the conquerors, his sons, and then you have good Queen Alysanne and Jaehaerys.
Right.
He was the longest serving Targaryen, or king, and then if I'm not mistaken, it's his son is Rhaenyra's father. If I'm
okay, wait a minute. Say that one more time. Say it one more time.
Okay, so you have this stuff with Aegon's sons, with both of them dying, and then Aenys is Aegon's first son, and he has kids, and his 2 eldest kids end up dying.
Right.
And I forget what's the name of the kid of the son who actually gets the throne.
You got all right. So you got.
You know what? There's this great thing called the fucking internet, Christy.
You got Aegon the First. Okay, so Visenya has Maegor, and he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wives. And then you have Aenys the First with Rhaenyra and Aegon, and Alicey and Rhaegar. After Maegor comes Rhaenyra, Aegon the Second. And also with that is Jaehaerys, Alicey, Viserys, and Valeh. So what are you asking? What's the question? Because I got the family lineage here. There he is. Hold on. There we go. All right, he's back.
So sorry.
No worries, man.
I had gotten a phone call from my cousin who pretty much tried wish me a happy birthday for tomorrow. Exactly what's going to be happening. I was like, because normally every year, me, him, and a few others go out, for our birthday. So he normally, takes the tab. So that was his plan. But I told him, no, I literally have to stay home this year. And he was like, what? Why? And I was like, well, my flagship YouTube show was going to be tomorrow, but it coincides with my birthday. So I'm kind of like killing 2 birds with 1 stone. So birthday celebration and Dark Council doing their thing. And we didn't have a show last week because of hurricane and everything. So we coming back with a vengeance, and it's going to be a funeral. It's going to be scorched earth. So
I didn't realize tomorrow. So tomorrow is the actual birthday. Happy birthday, man.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, so I want everybody to come through, party hard with the president. I got brand new stuff, and like I said, people's feelings is gonna get hurt bad.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
It's the drama hour. The drama hour is gonna be the first hour.
Oh, nice.
We'll put a whole hour, maybe an hour and a half, if it really gets funky, because we had some people from the West Coast. District. Oh, Rev Kev, thank you, brother. I just noticed that.
Yeah, Rev Kev's the man.
It's not until tomorrow, brother. It's not until tomorrow. But yeah, they was talking real gangster. They was talking really like they want to get down. And then they had their little clowns in their chat. Yeah, fuck Dark Council. Yeah, Dark Council's bad. They're corny, blase blah. Then they was disrespecting Fatal J. They was on.
Oh wow!
What did I miss this?
I missed it too.
Yes, you did. So, that's the West Coast flavor. So they rumbling, they talking they shit. Well, now the East Coast got a response.
Hell yeah.
It's gonna get ugly.
Hell yeah.
Real ugly, real fast. And
you know what kills me, man? Abunas, people have what I like to call YouTube balls. They get YouTube balls. No one would say that shit to your face. They wouldn't say that. You know
but
that.
I'm gonna emphasize that because he was talking about doxing, and then he said he was gonna dox the Mad Max dude. And this, that, whatever. If anybody do a bad video about him, I already did my bad video about him. And I'm the same cat. Yeah, because we know they're gonna watch. Yeah. Because his program manager or whatever said that they watched Dark Council. That's why they was calling us sucks and we don't have no real production. They little funky cardboard studio set up in their damn house.
This is shit.
Yeah. Like I said, the president is going to celebrate the big 5-0, and I'm literally going to throw the flamethrower at them. You know?
You heard it here first, people. You heard it here first.
Say what people say with the whole with Mad Max and all that shit. Doxing, I don't think so. That's a big no-no.
Anyway, I'm gonna pretty much say my government name online. I don't really care. Abbas is only the short and hyphenated name of my Muslim name. Mm-hmm. I'll give you my government. I dare any one of y'all to be stupid enough to try to dox me. I'll tell you where I'm at.
I just said the same thing right before you came on, man. Like earlier, and I said the same thing. Try to dox me. What are you going to do? Take my credit? I don't have none.
Please,
Yeah,
maybe we can make my credit better.
Yeah, right.
They talking about the other shit. Like I said, I don't even care. I'm sitting up here like, listen, man, I'm not geek certified like that. I mean, I like my Star Wars and my Game of Thrones, man, but dude, I'm not on that level like you introverted kids are, man.
I hear that,
messing with the wrong one.
You know, but the kids want that because my little brother's out there,
right?
He's rolling with the gangs out there, so I ain't got no problem. That's my little brother. We both got the same fault.
Yeah.
So I can get on the horn because I'm gonna make that known. I was like, you better keep my name out your mouth, man, because I'm.
You have to let people know.
You know, look,
people
put
get
it this
things
way.
confused all the time.
They do.
Know.
They get.
Like I said, I leave these kids to do what they do on their smartphone. I'm above that, but I have to still make it clear. You ain't gonna keep disrespecting Fatal J's name and not have us come after you. You know,
how do you disrespect Fatal J, one of the nicest guys in the game? One of the nicest guys always offers to have me on and stuff. You know,
that's crazy.
But we gonna take care of that tomorrow. So, but it's gonna be live. Y'all gonna be laughing your asses off. That's why I said everybody got to come through. Everybody. I love it.
Well, don't forget.
I'm gonna be ready.
Yeah, don't forget tomorrow night, right before the Dark Council, we have the first show of the night is TR4. So TR4 will set you boys up, and when it's ready, the boys will be on fire.
Yeah, I might pop on with you guys for about.
There you go. I think where is it? Where is it on, Jayne? It's on Final Death Star's channel, right?
That's right.
I'll make sure he knows.
Tell him. I'm gonna pop up there for 20 minutes or so because I'm pretty much ahead of schedule. We're getting the music together. It's gonna be a party. It's gonna be a party. So, but there's gonna be lots of laughs. And
best show.
I'm the belle of the ball tomorrow, so through and just celebrate my big milestone before I go downhill from here.
All right, so you know you're an East Coast guy, so you know that iconic picture of Biggie with the crown tilted. Yeah, you need a crown tomorrow, man. You need a crown on.
You know what? I'm just happy to be alive. You know what I'm saying? Especially being from Brooklyn, like Biggie. I met Biggie.
Yes, sir. Did you really?
Yeah, twice. You know, that the last time we hooked up, we was in the record store and we was just doing a freestyle together. You know, he was on records. We just happened to bump into each other. And
I saw him once.
Yeah?
Yeah, I saw him live once, and it's a funny story. I was a senior in high school, and me and my buddy drove up to Yukon for their spring weekend, which used to just be mayhem. And they would set up a a stage in the parking lot. And I want to say it was the Fugees who opened up, and then they went into Biggie. Yeah. And Biggie rapped. He did one song, complained about the mic, and when he went into the second one, he said F this, slammed the mic down and walked off stage, and they had to have the Fugees come back on because the place was about to riot. It was awesome.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I had a great.
At least I met him in calmer settings. The first time we was at the beeper store paying our bill, and like I said, the second time we was at the record store in the basement just doing a little freestyle. They put some break beats on, and me and him just went back and forth.
That's amazing.
But that was before the days of video cameras and stuff. So it wasn't like, unless somebody had an actual video camera, it was just what it is. You know?
No, those are called memories for a reason, right? Memories for a reason, man. That's beautiful.
We're still pretty much getting started back then, you know?
Yep.
It was back in 94.
Wow, man.
Yeah, this back in 94, almost going on to 95. That's right, because it was in the winter.
Yeah, because Juicy came out. What? That came out right around that time.
Yeah, 94.
Yeah. Damn. That would have been awesome, man.
No, that was
93, I think.
Yeah. No, Juicy was afterward. That was I'm not talking about It was all a dream. To read up Word Up magazine.
Yeah, that's Juicy.
First time. Oh yeah, what? Okay.
That's the Ready to Die album, isn't it? I think it's Ready to Die.
Ready to Die was his first album, but the album didn't come out yet when we hooked up.
Right.
And so he, like I said, he was pretty much getting started. That was before he blew up.
Yeah, well, because I'm from right around New York, so we used to always get mixtapes that people would buy on the, someone would hand you a mixtape on the street, and then you have to give him money. So, and he was one of the ones we got before he blew up. So we knew of him, like we knew of Jay-Z before he blew up. Like we always had that music, like East Coast music. We always knew.
We all was born and raised in Brooklyn. He was born in Bed-Stuy. I was born in East Flatbush, but when I came out the hospital, I went right down downtown Brooklyn, Myrtle Avenue, Fort Greene. Jigga is over by Bedford-Stuyvesant. But the ironic part is that his area is a lot closer to where my grandmother lived at that time when I came out the hospital after I was born. So I came straight into the hood. So so it was pretty much what it was,
Yeah.
We was all kids at that age and everything. So shoot, if anything, yeah, Biggie was around my age, more or less. He was born in 70. Yeah.
Yeah. He would have been probably around 50 right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That big loss in music, man. Big loss.
It truly is, especially with the crap we got today.
Oh, shit.
I'm sorry that, like I said, my cousin was just like trying to get me to go out. So I had to deep six that. He was like, wow. I said, yeah, turn into my YouTube channel and check it out. So he said East Coast, West Coast beat. I was like, yeah, pretty much.
Bringing it back.
Yeah. But what was the last thing we were talking about before I got cut off? I know we were talking about just having the whole history of the Targaryen. I want to see that. I literally want to see that because that could go like almost 10, 12 seasons. Nobody's not going to get tired of that. Nobody.
Because you don't even have to. You could do Aegon. It doesn't have to be one season. Aegon could be 2 or 3 seasons, and then you got his kids.
It's just 5 seasons at least.
And that's what they're. But why start with that? Why start with it when you can build up to one of the greatest civil wars in this planetos, in this world? I
mean, the only boring parts would probably be Jaehaerys. Because his was 50 years apiece. Nothing really went down except, for the little rumblings within his family, in terms of how what the Baratheon who was I think, his hand or something like that. And
The Quiet Storm or something like that. The Quiet Storm.
Right. And he was just, like I said, Jaehaerys was taking the reins of his kingdom himself. So he didn't need him X, Y, and Z. And that created some bitterness somewhere down the line. Little stuff, but it never really jumped off to some crazy shit like Dance of the Dragon. You be able to show at least maybe one season of Jaehaerys, maybe like 5 episodes, and then go into Viserys. Because that's when all the shit started brewing. And you need to start with Viserys right after. Because him and Daemon Targaryen was going back and forth. And his daughter, I can't even pronounce her name. What's her name? Rhaenyra?
Rhaenyra, yeah.
Rhaenyra, right. Rhaenyra, had issues between her being married to some dude, but yet the children don't look like the dad. And now the whispers was going on. It's like, well, she fucking somebody. So
I know damn well that those kids were the milkman's baby.
Yeah, hey, man, we the kingdoms and the political intrigue behind that, and then the Daemon Targaryen was pretty much putting the moves on her too. So
hell yeah, he was banging everybody.
Yeah, man, he was he was Lord Fleabottom. He was the master wherever he went, and people knew that man was no joke. He'd be banging out the highest of the highs and the lowest of the lows. If he wanted, because he didn't like his wife. what was that? Was it the Aaron girl that he was married to?
It was.
Yeah, he said that.
No, he was married to a Royce. Wasn't he married to a Royce?
I thought it was an
I
Aaron.
can't remember.
Somebody from the Vale. Somebody from the Vale.
He pretty much just straight up dissed him, and he's like, "Your whole family's boring. Everybody's boring." He's like, I can't. I got to go about my business. But,
yeah, her name was Rhea Royce. Rhea Royce. Yeah.
Yeah, he couldn't deal with her, you know. So he was living the life like a swashbuckler, like a pirate. Yeah, he pretty much was a pirate.
Yeah.
You know, and he gold cloaks. Even for one, right. So the thing, the gold cloaks that the city watch, you know, all these guys.
Right,
yeah,
that was the thing.
David Targaryen was the one that created that. You know.
Yep.
And he walked around the city with Dark Sister. People were like, all right, get out your way, homie. All right, nope, ain't bothering you. Yeah,
man. Then you got Blood and Cheese doing just chopping off kids' heads. I mean, there's so much that happened at that time.
Yeah, but the Dance of the Dragon is goddamn. That's 5 seasons alone.
Right. So why not do 2 seasons of Aegon, a couple seasons maybe of Maegor, and that like up to Maegor. And when you get to Jaehaerys, you show him landing in Old Town and inserting his dominance, and then maybe like a couple episodes, and then him passing on the torch, you know, and then when you get to the dance, you're probably about now 6 seasons in, you got another 5 seasons.
5 Dance of the Dragons alone. Then after the dance, a little low with Aegon the Third, and it really doesn't even happen with him. He comes and goes, so he's out. Right. So after Aegon, Darren first. Oh yes, the concept of Dawn. That could be 2 or 3 seasons tops. You know, actually, the first season goes through the whole conquest. Second season, when he comes back and everybody's plotting against him. Luther Tyrell goes there to try to hold the fort. Then they ambushed him, and then Darren has to go right back into the thick of it. But then he gets betrayed. So that's the 3rd season right there, and then he's gone.
Yep, with scorpions.
Then after Darren comes Baelor the Blessed. So Baelor comes in. Yeah, well, he has to go through the bone way. So Baelor will probably be 2 seasons.
Yeah, you need Baelor to be something because that's a big part of it.
Yeah, but his thing is a lot of it was him fasting and just being it pretty much his beginning reign where he had to walk all the way to Dawn, get Daemon the Dragon Knight out of the pit, then get him back, go all the way back to King's Landing. And so pretty much his reign is it's pretty much it might be just 1 season with Baelor, to be honest. Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I just looked at the time. We got to wrap up because I got to go to work in the morning. Damn, man, you got to come again. You got to promise you're going to come again.
Well, gee, let me hold off on the promises because, like I said, my job is trying to send me back to work. So.
Oh shit! All right, respect. Yeah, just know when it's in there. When it's in there, you are invited. You're invited.
But like I said, I will be more than happy to come back because you guys, like I said, my passion, is history. Game of Thrones history. It always was very, very intriguing and interesting. So yeah, I will definitely be coming back. Just as long as these ladies are with us.
Of course, they always are. Thank you very much. Abu Nas will be tomorrow night, Dark Council on his channel and his 50th birthday.
Yeah, through this is the one time that we are going to let it all hang out. So please come by.
Oh, it's going to be fire.
Funeral of West Coast cats, we getting in the ass, bro.
Thank you, man. And
wait.
I know it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. Christy, you got to get going. So why don't you plug your channel?
Yes, my channel is According to Christy. We all know. I mean, follow me on Twitter. It's According to Christy. What happened, Abu? Just please
touch the wrong thing.
Subscribe. Okay. I was just gonna say, please subscribe to your favorite content creators. Watch their videos, support them in live streams and stuff like that. So
how much time do you need? How much time do you need, Christy?
I wish I could say it like in the dark, the Queen's Council chat.
Mhm.
I always take snippets of my watch time hours,
Mhm.
and right now it says 3,345.
How is
And
that possible?
that was up from yesterday, where it says it was 333.35. And I made a joke. I said, "These damn watch hours are like a damn man. You rev them up, and then it's gone."
Oh man,
They
that's
keep
hilarious.
messing with your hours. It's so weird.
I know.
Some of us can go the distance.
I totally meant it as a joke, but I was like, God damn, that was really funny. And I texted that. I said that like at 3:00 in the morning, early this morning.
That's great.
That's kind of funny. But again, thank you so much, Scotty, for having me on.
Of course, Christy. Of course, love you, my friend.
You will.
See you Wednesday or next Monday?
No,
Saturday.
next Monday.
All right.
The Wednesdays, I don't get off until after 8.
That's right. Everybody, please subscribe to Christy, please.
Bye, guys. Have a good night.
Bye,
Love
good
you,
night.
Christy.
Love you too. Remember what Steven says: wash your hands and wash your ass.
And eat breadsticks. Eat
Eat
breadsticks.
bread
Oh wait,
sticks.
Aubrey, no, hold on. No, wait. Damn it. Scott, do you have the thing?
No, you have it.
I'm on my work computer though.
Ah, shit. Hold on one second. Do I
Oh.
have it?
Uh-oh. Did I miss something?
No, I don't have it. Oh, the picture of we'll send it to you. We'll Twitter to you. We'll tweet you with the
I'll stay on. I'll come up on my other computer because since I'm on my
Okay.
work computer. Jane, do your little spill.
yeah, Jane, go for it.
All right. Hey guys, you can find me here on YouTube where I post weekly movie and television reviews every Sunday at 6 Central, as well as some occasional pop culture news and commentary. You can also find me on Twitter and Instagram at Jayne Theory.
Thank you as always, Jane. You're amazing.
Oh,
Thank
my
you.
God. Everybody need mamas on Instagram.
Yes.
Everybody, we're going to wait for Christy for one more minute. So I just want to thank everybody. I am about 100 and I think it's like 160 watch hours away from the 4,000 mark. So keep watching, share the video, like all that good stuff. Hold on. I got Christy with the picture. Here we go. And she's trying to connect. There we go. All right. You got it, Christy? Whoa, geez, I go robotic. Wow. All right, don't talk. Just do the picture. She's having issues, I think. Ah, man, that picture's hilarious. Okay, anyways, so thank you to everybody for coming out. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for supporting my panelists, Jayne Theory, Christy, and the great Abnas. I hope you guys all have a pleasant night. And remember, freedom is not free. God bless you all and have a great night.